Outdoors Delmarva covers everything outdoors,
including real hunting and fishing situations involving wildlife.
We do our best each week to bring you tasteful content,
but viewer discretion is advised.
Now enjoy the show.
We begin this week and this year with a trip to Millville for the Outdoorsman's Marketplace.
We'll get you ready for Gateway Subaru's Operation Warm at the Dagsboro Boys and Girls Club.
Scorchy Taws takes us south to Exmoor for a little upland bird hunting.
And we'll introduce you to some people making a big difference out on the farm.
Outdoors Delmarva starts right now.
Welcome to Outdoors Delmarva, the show that celebrates our communities, our cultures and traditions, and the places we call home. My name is Jason Lee.
And I'm Lauren Hitch.
Lauren, with all the snow that fell on Monday, and as you and I both know, we had to get out there and shovel the old snow. There was a few things that made me remember that we should probably pass along safety tips when it comes to shoveling snow to the viewers.
Of course. What did you have in mind?
Get someone else to do it.
This is Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards. And now, here are Jason Lee and Lauren Hitch.
If anyone ever says that you can't do any real community good while shopping, should pay attention to our first story.
So, what did you buy me?
Yeah, about that. Eddie, we are here inside the firehouse and we're having the Sportsman's Marketplace.
I think this is like our 5th year, I believe. It brings out a lot of people and it does help the fire department, try to raise some money for everything that we need. I mean, gear, fire trucks, ambulances, everything.
Not only is it a great way for folks to come out and to support a local fire company, but they get to see some vendors that they probably have never even heard of. And you might get some of those youth in here to see what you guys do as a fire company.
That's true. And there's a lot of vendors that we don't even know about, and some come from different areas all over. They come in, and so it is a lot of different things that they have to offer too. So it does make a big difference.
There's a lot of evolution when it comes to a marketplace such as this, and just like the fire company, things are evolving, but you have to be a part of this as a community as a whole, and not just for those folks that here in the Millville, Ocean View area, but people all over, because if you support one, chances are you can go support another one.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, we're not the only fire company around. There's a lot of them around, and a lot of them need help, just like we do. So, I mean, the support, does help out. Everything helps out. Anything you can do helps out.
There is a good possibility that next year's marketplace will not actually be in January. So make sure that you follow the Millville Fire Company's Facebook page for the latest information.
We'll bundle up in Dagsboro when Outdoors Delmarva returns.
You're watching Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards.
This time of year, everyone should be warm.
And our friends at Gateway Subaru are doing their part at Dagsboro Boys and Girls Club.
Well, we're giving back to the community as we do with Subaru, giving back some shirts, some shoes and some jackets to the local Delaware Boys and Girls Club here in Dagsboro. Just a token of our appreciation, wanting to give back. Dagsboro Boys and Girls Club, something near and dear to our hearts. I actually live not 10 minutes from here. So it's nice to just see, getting involved with the local stuff and not necessarily a national charity, getting a local impact on things. This is actually the first year we've done Operation Warm. It's fairly new for Subaru. Years past it's been called other things, but this is the first year for Operation Warm, and hopefully many years to come. They take an order through Subaru, believe it or not. Subaru polls the local charities, and they give them kind of a preset order, if you will. They ship them directly to the dealerships, and at that point in time we set up the delivery date, which was today, and then we'll bring the equipment over, drop it off, and hand them out to the kids, and that's the end of it.
We're here with Denisha, and she is the club director. Denisha, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Good. So tell us a little bit about what we just saw in there.
Okay, so Subaru from Delmarva reached out and asked if they could donate jackets, sneakers, and a pair of socks to our children. So he basically just asked me how many kids I had on my roster and their shoe size and their coat size, and they came and donated coats and shoes for the kids.
How many pairs of shoes and like how many do you think were just given out?
125.
125 kiddos in this great place here at the Boys and Girls Club in Dagsboro received shoes, socks, and a jacket.
Yes.
They were so excited in there.
Yes, they were. Yes, they were.
What do you think that means to them?
A lot. They feel like they're important. They have cameramen here. They think it's a big day. It's exciting, and I think we're very thankful for it.
Basically, the children come in, we'll give them a name tag, ask them their shoe size. If they're not familiar, we do have a shoe size chart as well, and then we give them a wristband also for the jacket with their approximated guessing on the size of that as well. After they get the shoes, they'll come down, they'll get their jacket, sign a little thank you card, and they're on their way. It probably means more than we realize. Yeah, everybody goes through tough times, and so when you're able to just make an end meet, it means a lot.
Operation Warm takes place on January 22nd at the Dagsboro Boys and Girls Club. And to find out more information, contact anyone at Gateway Subaru.
Or check out the Dagsboro Boys and Girls Club on Facebook. Outdoors Delmarva, we'll be right back.
You're watching Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards.
Upland bird hunting requires quick reflexes and a keen eye.
And when the camera is rolling, proof is found that a shooter's miss is not the shooter's fault, as we see in this week's Remembering Scorchy Taws.
Honoring the life and legacy of Scorchy Taws, thanks to Shorts Marine in Long Neck, Delaware. Shorts Marine, everything but the water.
We were invited last week to Eastern Shore Safari's shooting preserve, 350 acres, 6 miles west of Exmoor on Virginia Route 183. This is a class affair run by Tom and Monty Webb, ably assisted by apprentice guide 15-year-old Corey Savage. There is no better place than a shooting preserve to take your son or daughter if you want to introduce them to hunting. And this day we stumble right into this very situation. Father and son, Richard Lane Sr. and 11-year-old Richard Jr. of Chesapeake, Virginia, were there for a day of pheasant and quail hunting.
Whoa. There you go. Get him. All right.
Good shot.
Good shot, fella. Come, Will. Come, Will. Come.
Richard Jr. had scored with his first shot. Then it was Dad's turn.
Whoa, Will. Whoa. Whoa. There you go. Come, Will. Whoa. Whoa, Will. Whoa, Bill. Whoa, Bill. Whoa, Bill. There you go. Uh-oh.
He ran under my foot.
Whoa. You got feathers.
I know. I believe you got a piece of him. You should have followed through with that second shot.
I tried to, but the dog got under my leg.
Oh.
Did the dog really run into Richard's leg, causing him not to follow up on the miss? You'd better believe he did. Watch the lower portion of your screen as a slow-motion replay proves it. Later on, after more successful pheasant hunting, group for quail. Eastern Shore Safaris has excellent wildlife habitat, natural cover, and good hunting conditions. They, as are all regulated shooting grounds, are open until the last of March. Hunters pay for birds released, and you are guaranteed a shot at as many as you can afford. Pheasants range from $12 each for over 20, down to $15 each from 1 to 8. Quail, $6 each for over 20, downward to $8 for 8 or under. All prices include guides and dogs. A regulated preserve has several advantages. You know you will flush birds, you know you're welcome, and you'll be treated like a king.
Remembering Scorchy Taws is sponsored by Shorts Marine. Online at shortsmarine.com.
Did you know that according to the Chesapeake Bay Watershed Climate Impact Summary and Outlook Report, Maryland and Delaware snowfall totals increased between 1981 and 2019?
Did you know that Monday's snow fell on the anniversary of the blizzard of 1996?
And did you know that Monday's storm had snowfall rates of up to 2 inches per hour in some areas of Delmarva?
Now you do.
Did You Know is sponsored by North Bay Marina. Outdoors Delmarva will be right back. You're watching Outdoors Delmarva presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards.
There are some people across Delmarva who just never get the credit they deserve.
And that's why honoring Delmarva farmers is shedding some light on those who are truly outstanding in their field.
Thomas Calloway of Mardella Springs understands the challenges of Delmarva farming, and with the help of his family and the mindful consideration of those neighbors who are new to the world of agriculture, he's hoping for a positive way forward for all.
And nothing against our neighbors, we love our neighbors, but someone that moves in the area that's never had to deal with fertilizer being spread or a chemical being sprayed. I got to know Maryland Department of Ag very good this year because one gentleman that moved close to a field we had, every time I sent a sprayer in, he was calling MDA on me. And MDA would check my records, make sure everything was perfect, and the gentleman just had never seen it before. And finally one day he come out there and talked with us and understood we were not trying to hurt anything, we were trying to help. And if we were spraying something that was going to hurt someone, then we'd be the first one to know. Because we're spraying it, we're in it every day, and we're not going to do anything that's going to hurt us or our family.
Brad Walker of Lewis is not only a generational farmer, but also a teacher and coach at Woodbridge High School. The challenges he faces of working multiple full-time jobs, along with being a husband and father, are rewarded by the success of the family farm. And he understands that a successful family farm requires a supportive family.
The support system, you know, they understand that it's the long hours once the spring hits. Coaching baseball, you get done there and then you come home and you work till dark and you try to get as much done as you can and utilize your weekends. It's a lot, but you know, I figure this side of the county needs it. There's not that many produce farmers left, let alone farms in general. So being able to bring that to the Lewis, Rehoboth area has been pretty neat for me. It makes me feel good because I know, like, my grandfather and his father and then his father, they were all farming our land here, doing dairy cows. So it was good to know that I can continue to keep doing what they did, just in a little different way, and then teach the kids, you know, a different way of living than most people probably from this side of the county.
Elisa Ziff of Frankfort has been doing her part for 40 years to help not only the general health and welfare of her roadside market customers, but also local restaurants wanting to provide fresher, healthier options for their patrons.
We have a really small farm. It's about 24 acres total, but there's a lot of buildings on it. So I'd say about 16 is farmed. We try and do everything organically, like 40 different crops, and we sell them at this little self-service stand and also to restaurants. If you can support your local economy and do it locally, you're using less energy and you are getting healthier, quick, fresher product out. There's a lot of restaurants that really want to do the farm-to-table thing. They're making an effort, and that's really good for the economy. And also, as you can tell, there's a lot of development in the area, and there's less and less actual farmers.
Nelson Warren of Rehoboth knows all too well the struggles of Delmarva farming, but has some sound advice for other farmers facing struggles of their own.
I was pretty much just raised in it, and you know, it seems like every few years you were facing a new set of adversity in the industry. You'd have to adapt, you'd have to change. Sometimes things were out of your control. You'd lose land. You'd have disruptions in the milk market. If you're a smaller farmer like me, I'm only farm 200 acres. You know, at most 50 cow-calf pairs. You have a good relationship with your landlords. A lot of guys out there were former farmers, and they know the struggles. And having a good relationship with them and talking about your own struggles not only helps you maintain a good relationship going forward, but also gives you advice. It's like you're tapped into a wealth of knowledge at times.
There are few more dedicated to their way of life than farmers. John Benson of Laurel is redefining that dedication as a diving accident in 2008 left him with a choice: allow the hand that life dealt him and confine him to a wheelchair, or find a way to get back out into the fields. He chose the latter.
My grandfather had a small chicken farm, and I used to always help him. That was, the hopes and dreams of that. But with the injury, all that kind of went by wayside, and just finally got back into this. Yeah, I did this before, and helping Corey, and now I'm doing it again. The biggest was really getting in the equipment, and that was my biggest obstacle once you got past the initial injury. And equipment has come so far, and the last few years, we found this piece of equipment that attached to a truck and would, lift me up, put me in. And there's, between equipment and grants and, just different programs, there's a way to make anything happen.
Honoring Delmarva farmers is made possible by Farm Credit. And if you want to nominate a farmer, go to WBOC.com.
We have some snow pictures and videos to check out right after the break, so stay with us.
You're watching Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards. And now, here are Jason Lee and Lauren Hitch.
We asked, you delivered. Here are some photos and videos from the January 6th snowstorm.
Viewer photos brought to you by our friends at North Bay Marina.
Outdoors Delmarva viewer pictures are sponsored by North Bay Marina.
The Longhorn Butcher and Taxidermy Mount of the Week is this awesome 7-pointer harvested by Stephen Humphrey in Worcester County.
For all your butcher and taxidermy needs, call Spencer at 410-422-3942. Stop by the shop on Morris Road in Pittsville or check out Longhorn Butcher on Facebook.
Well, that's going to do it for us this week. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Keep sending in those wonderful viewer photos by going to outdoorsdelmarva.com and clicking the banner at the top of the page, or scan the QR code in the bottom corner of your screen.
We hope that you have a great time out there in the snow, and we hope to see you right back here again next week. But until then, my name is Jason Lee.
And I'm Lauren Hitch, and we hope to see you
Outdoors Delmarva.
Outdoors Delmarva, a Draper Media production, is presented by Gateway Subaru. higher standards. Sponsored by Shorts Marine, Bell Creek Equipment, and Range Time.